Good afternoon and welcome to Bulldog Buzz. I'm senior Megan Dunscombe.
And I'm senior Rachel Whitehead, and we are your news anchors for this week's episode of Bulldog Buzz.
Bulldog Buzz is a weekly newscast produced by the St. Teresa Marketing 2 class. We'll be keeping you up to date with the latest announcements, sporting events, and the inside scoop on what is happening at the school.
Let's meet the crew who will make this newscast possible. Senior Bradley Vanderkar and Junior Cody Dotson will be covering the sports segment this week. Junior Caleb Kernigan will be bringing you the lead story about the Christmas surveys taken in Probs and Stats. Senior Valerie Nudeker will be interviewing someone in quarantine this week. This crew will be bringing you different news stories each week.
And now to the current announcements. Both junior boys and girls retreats were canceled this week due to COVID circumstances. These retreats have been postponed and will be scheduled for a later date. Senior girls, make sure to turn in your Kairos forms if you haven't already. This retreat starts February 22nd and goes through the 25th. The senior leaders have put a lot of work into it, and we'd love to see you there.
Now on to Brad and Cody with the sports.
Thanks, Megan and Rachel. I'm Brad Vanderkar, and this is Cody Dodson.
Hello, and we are here with the sports.
First with basketball, Cody, what do we got?
Boys JV and varsity basketball had a home game this past Friday against Meridian. Both games ended in a big Bulldog win.
The boys' freshman basketball team went up against Murrah Forsyth on Monday, and they lost that one. But they also have a game this Saturday against Shelbyville, so good luck, guys. And today there will be a home boys JV and varsity basketball game against Central A&M, with JV at 6 and varsity following at 7:30. The theme for tonight's game can be found on the Dog Pound Instagram. Is it Hawaiian tonight?
I'm pretty sure it's Hawaiian.
Hawaiian, that's a good one.
With Scholastic Bowl, they competed in the CIC 2 weekends ago. They placed first in that tournament. In the words of Jack Kramer, we dubbed everybody. Great job on a great conference season, guys. Scholastic Bowl also had to meet on Tuesday going against Springfield Lutheran, Pleasant Plains, and New Berlin. They beat all 3 teams in a match. This brings their record to 32-4.
Now with girls basketball, 2 weekends ago, the girls basketball team won the Macon County tournament, playing Cerro Gordo Bement in the championship game. This game was led by freshman Lucy Corley with 28 points.
Impressive.
That's impressive. Upcoming girls basketball events, the CIC tournament is this Saturday at Tuscola, so let's go support the ladies.
And with FBLA, St. Teresa rocked the Central Area Conference on Saturday. Here's some results.
First place, we have Thomas Pokowinski for accounting 2, Rachel Whitehead for advertising, and Maddie Prezoon in client services.
Second place, we have Rachel Whitehead in accounting 2, Jack Kramer for business and communications, Evan Miller in insurance and risk management, Jack Kramer and Hallie Kelly for broadcast journalism, Sarah Keys and Chloe Luttrell for graphic design. And
in third place, we have Emma Stoneberg in accounting 2, Sarah Keys in human resource management, David Miller in personal finance, and Lainey Kramer in introduction to event planning. That's all for the sports this week, so back to you, Megan and Rachel.
Thank you, Brad and Cody. You know, St. Teresa Sports has been very successful this year, and the student section is a good way to get involved with the sports teams. Are you going to the game tonight?
For sure. I'll be wearing my Hawaiian stuff.
Same here. We hope to see you all there.
Now on to Caleb, who will be sharing statistics from the Probs and Stats Christmas surveys.
The statistics students divided themselves into 4 groups. Each group developed their own Christmas-themed survey. Both students and faculty participated in the survey. Now I'm just going to ask you guys some basic questions about these surveys. So, what percentage of St. Teresa students traditionally attend church mass?
I would say about 50% of our students and faculty attend a mass or church service. It was pretty just a church service. 2 groups found that more than 50% participated, and the other 2 groups found out that less than 50%, but it was basically 50%.
All right. So, which is more popular, a real tree or an artificial Christmas tree?
We found that an artificial tree was more popular than a real tree, depended on our school.
Okay. So, where do St. Teresa families traditionally decorate for Christmas? Like, when do they start decorating?
I would say the majority do after Thanksgiving to December 1st. That was the large majority of the students who did that, but it's pretty spread out.
All right. So, moving on to the next set of questions I've got for you. So, what did you guys find was more popular, white Christmas lights or rainbow-colored lights?
The 2 groups asked this question both found that white lights were more popular than colored lights. We actually only had 2% respond neither, but overall, white lights seemed to double colored lights.
That is pretty interesting. You know, I think my family traditionally uses colored, so I think it's interesting to see white lights are more popular. So, what did you guys find is more enjoyable, giving Christmas gifts or receiving?
Only one group did ask this question. Giving gifts won this one. with 49%. However, receiving gifts was the answer on 47% of the surveys. 4% said neither, which was honestly pretty shocking because who doesn't like getting or giving gifts?
That's true. I'm surprised by that fact too. So, do you know what percent of our students have a Christmas sweater?
They answered around 46% have a Christmas sweater, while the other 54 do not. But we do not know what percentage are ugly per se.
Personally, I think most of them. I'm not a big Christmas sweater fan. So, when do most students open their Christmas gifts?
3 of the groups asked this question, and Christmas Day is the most popular on all 3 surveys, which is pretty basic. But some percent open them before Christmas Eve, and a few people do on Christmas Eve.
All right. Moving on, I think we're going to ask one more. Is Santa real? Money, $500 question.
That's the real question. And 29% only said that Santa is real. Quite the same, like to say. But 71% obviously said no, which honestly quite hard to believe, but you know, it is what it is.
I'm honestly surprised by that result too. I would thank you guys for your time, and I am really interested to know about our Probs and Stats Christmas surveys. Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb. I now kind of wish I took Probs and Stats. It seems like a fun class.
It honestly is. I recommend it for any senior who wants a fun and relaxed math class.
Up next is Valerie with her quarantine story.
I'm here with Lexi Smith, and I'm going to interview her about her time in quarantine. Okay, so were you sent home due to contact tracing?
No, I actually, I was coughing a lot in Miss Hoffman's class, and then she sent me home.
Wow.
And that tested positive.
So were you like near anyone that had it like before Christmas break, or do you know where you got it from?
I'm not sure where I got it from. I was asymptomatic, so I didn't like really show any other symptoms.
Okay, so what day did you receive your positive test back?
Friday.
And so you said you haven't had any symptoms at all except the coughing?
Yeah.
Wow. And so how has your quarantine been? Like, how is online schooling going and things like that?
It's actually going pretty smoothly. It's like considering that I did like my whole first semester sophomore year online, I pretty much it was an easy task for me to do. So it was going good.
Do you have any teachers that are going online for you?
No. They just send me the assignments.
Wow. Okay. And so is there anything that you're missing out at school that like you wish you like quarantine didn't take you out of?
Basketball. I missed out on our championship game when we won. Like really basketball, and like I miss my friends, of course. I miss like the social interaction because I'm just in my room because I'm the only person in this house positive. So.
Oh, wow. And so what would you say the worst part of quarantine has been overall?
It really did, like the worst part was like seeing my team like win like the championship and I couldn't be there. It just really sucks, but I was proud of them. But I just really wish I could be there on the court.
Well, thank you, Lexi, for your time.
Thank you, Valerie and Lexi, for sharing that information about quarantine.
It's honestly super crazy how many people got quarantined when we came back.
I agree, but I'm glad it all has calmed down.
And we would also like to give a big thank you to St. Teresa High School for giving us the equipment, and a huge thank you to Ms. Bronson for allowing us to produce this program and stream it to you all.
Make sure you all bundle up and stay warm this weekend because it's going to be a brisk one.
That concludes our time with you this week. We are your hosts,
Megan Dunscombe
and Rachel Whitehead.
and we'll see you guys next week for another program of
Bulldog Buzz.